So welcome everyone. Welcome to this training, this webinar training with me, Kelly McHugh. I'm the founder of Digital Yoga Academy, and I'm really happy and excited to be here with all of you today, as I have so much valuable content to share with you, and I just know that you're going to take so much away from today's webinar training. So please do hang around. Make sure that you've got a notepad and a pen with you, because I'm not holding anything back. I'm literally giving you everything that you need to know to grow your yoga business and to be successful, okay? So that you can learn how to grow your income, freedom, and success, which is why you are here. Don't forget to take notes. There's so much value, but unless you do take notes, you're not going to retain everything that I'm sharing with you today, okay? This training is interactive, so I will be asking you some questions as we go through the training. So please do use the chat. There'll be some polls that you can take part in as well. Now, turn off your phone. Close down any browsers if you're watching on a laptop. Just commit to this next hour to learn something new, okay? It really is just an hour to learn something new. Commit to it, because you really do have the power to make so much more impact in the world if you've got the right skills and the strategy and the knowledge under your belt, so that you can share your message. And these are strategies that I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so make this hour about you. Be here, be totally present, and let's learn together. So who's excited? Let me know in the chat if you're excited about today's training. And I'm going to swap over to the slides now and we'll get started. Okay, so here we go. This is what you're here to learn today: how to grow your income, freedom, and success without having to teach 20 yoga classes a week, which I know many of you do. Okay, so I really recommend that you hang around until the end to find out about this bonus launch plan that I'm offering you today. It's a 90-day Teach Yoga Online Launch Success Plan. And if you want to take your teaching online, then this really is the bonus for you. Okay, so let's begin. So you're in the right place if you want to increase your confidence and knowledge to drive your yoga business forward with clarity and ease, okay? And perhaps overwhelm and procrastination is something that you're dealing with right now, and you want to stop this and instead focus on the strategies that are going to make the most impact. You want to build an engaged and loyal community and generate more income through offerings that your ideal students love. And you want to discover ways to make money outside of the studio that's going to lead to more income, freedom, and success. Okay, so this is why you're here. We're going to be covering all of this and much more. Okay, but first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about me. Okay, so very briefly, I'm a marketer at heart. I worked in marketing for over 15 years in quite high-pressured positions, head of marketing roles, in a variety of industries across corporate, agency, and startups, managing big teams and multi-million-pound budgets. So big responsibilities for me for quite a number of years. And then at the start of 2015, I did my yoga teacher training and qualified as a yoga teacher. And I was still working full-time, but by the end of the year, I quit my job and I set up my business, which is called Good Yoga Life, based here in London. Okay, in less than 3 years, I've built my community. I have a small team of teachers and a weekly class schedule running across various venues and locations here in London. And I've been able to become known for yoga in quite unique spaces and also for fun and sociable yoga events. I've collaborated with brands including Benefit Cosmetics, and I've launched pop-up studios. I've taken my team to festivals all over the UK. I was also asked by Lululemon to teach one of their park yoga classes last summer for 300 yogis, which was an incredible experience. And I've also run 14 sold out yoga retreats, okay, in the last 2 years, which each of these retreats have profited between £3,000 and £10,000 per retreat, okay? The retreats are an incredible part of my business, but they really wouldn't be the success they are if I didn't have this flow of students coming into my classes and then coming to my events and then booking onto my retreats. Now, it's been an incredible experience the last few years with an incredible community, and community is really key. You know, I've built an email list to over 8,000 subscribers and have a social following of over 20,000, but it really has been the result of hard work, determination and focus, and having the essential skills and knowledge under my belt. Okay, this is about learning essential business and marketing skills that there simply isn't enough time in a yoga teacher training to cover. Okay, and these skills and knowledge, this is all something that you can learn. You know, it's all possible. Now, over the years, you could say that I've learned a lot and I've seen a lot, and I'm really, really passionate now about sharing all of the knowledge that I have with you so that you can also grow a really successful and sustainable yoga business. And, you know, so that you have the capacity to serve your students and share your unique message of yoga even further around the world. Okay, so that's me. So let's just take a look at what you're going to learn today. Okay, so what you're going to learn today. So first of all, we're going to learn how to stop digital overwhelm so that you can focus and get things done. And also how to create a strong social media presence to grow your tribe. You're going to learn how to turn your website visitors into students, and the number one strategy that will set you up for long-term success. So this is about building a sustainable yoga business, okay? And lastly, how to stop trading your time for money. So just tell me right now, okay? I'm going to add a little poll. Bear with me one moment. So just tell me right now in the chat, tell me right now, how are you feeling right now about creating the success that you want in your yoga business? So just let me know in the chat, how are you feeling right now about creating the success that you want in your yoga business? Are you feeling excited, motivated, scared? How are you feeling? Let's just all chat. Let's all just add into the chat how you're feeling right now. Okay, and whilst you're doing that, we'll move on to the first part of the today's webinar, first part of the training, which is about digital overwhelm, because digital overwhelm is a real thing, and it's not surprising because there really are so many things that you can do to market yourself as a yoga teacher and promote your yoga offering. There are many, many tools and strategies that you can use, you know, within this digital marketing landscape. That's what I like to call it, is the digital marketing landscape. There are so many tools. So let's just take a look. So it's hardly surprising that we get a little bit overwhelmed, because there really is a lot that you can do. And there's a lot of information out there that's quite conflicting and really confusing, especially if the world of marketing is new to you. And not only that, but the pace at which technology is changing means that there's always something new to learn. It's always something new. And this really here, what you see here is actually just a snapshot. But if you try to do all of this that you see here, then you'd need a marketing team. You need a marketing team and you'd need a marketing budget. And I'm guessing that it's just you, okay? So what you need to do is just focus on a couple of things, three or four things, and just do them consistently week in, week out, and focus on those things and do them really, really, really well, okay? So focus on the marketing activities that are going to bring you the best results. And these are things that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Okay, I'm going to share with you today the things that you should be focusing on to bring you the best results, so that you can cut out this overwhelm, finally lose the overwhelm and start to focus on the things that are going to really help you to grow. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, so let's talk about content. Let's talk about content now. So content really is key in your business because it actually underpins everything that you do. And one of the places that you're going to share your content is on your social media account. And I know for yoga teachers that this seems to be the area, social media seems to be the area where we want to spend a little bit of time. Okay, so let's talk about how you can do it authentic, or how you can share your content authentically on social media to grow your tribe. Okay, so before you start sharing your content, you want to make sure that you have a consistent look and feel across Facebook and Instagram, okay? And also that you're optimizing the opportunities that are available to you on those platforms. So let's take a look at some examples. So this is Celeste Pereira. She's a international yoga teacher. She's also the author of The Yoga Mentor. Go and check out her book if you haven't already. Notice how she's using the same profile image and across both accounts, Instagram and her Instagram and Facebook. And if you know Celeste, you'll know that she's a really fun teacher. If you go to her classes, if you're based here in London, you'll know she's fun, she's playful. And this really does come across in the imagery that she uses online. Okay, now Kia Miller, she is a Kundalini yoga teacher, world famous Kundalini yoga teacher. And she uses her imagery to promote some of her offerings. But I really love that you can see her face, because you can just connect with her. And I really love that you can see her face, and that she's used that again across both of her platforms that she's on. So it's really important to just be consistent and to portray the essence of you and your brand and your personality. And we all know the value of a good first impression, okay? And social media, it really is, there's no exception there. You know, you want your images to reflect you as a teacher. You want them to reflect your personality and really just give a sense of what people can expect from you and your teachings. So I want to talk to you now about your Instagram bio. So your Instagram bio is actually one of the first things that a student and your potential followers will see. So it's important to have a really great bio that draws people in and encourages them to follow you. And so I have a few tips for you now to just spruce up your bio. Okay, simple things that you can do today after the training. You can do these things today. Okay, so you have a handle and you also have your name. So you'll see here my handle is Good Yoga Life UK at the top, and my name is under my logo. So that's Kelly McHugh, okay? I don't have a personal Instagram account. This is me and my business. This is what I've chosen to go with. And too often people double up on these things. And that's a real shame, because these words are actually searchable. They're searchable in Instagram. So it's actually quite valuable space. So you shouldn't double up, okay? Use the space for your name, use the space to describe who you are and what you do. So for instance, my students that come to my classes here in London, classes that I teach here, you know, they might, you know, if they've come to me for the first time and they know my name, they might go into Instagram and search me by my name. So they'll now find me. Whereas if I didn't have my name there, then they wouldn't find me. Okay, so have a think about that. And then you just want to choose, you know, your words carefully, because you get 150 characters. So use emojis, because they can really go a long way. And they can help to break up what might be quite a boring chunk of text, and also it helps to draw people's eyes in, so it makes them actually to want to read the bio. And you know, it should reflect your fun side of your personality, because Instagram is about having fun. So you know, don't make it too stuffy or formal, and whatever you choose to say about yourself or your brand, make it interesting, draw people in. Okay, this is actually a little bit of a sales pitch here, so you want to make it interesting. So also highlight any workshops or retreats that you're running. You also have a URL, so you can change that as often as you like. Send people to your website, or you know, to your online classes, to the booking form, to the booking link, or to YouTube if you've got a new video that's gone up, or maybe your latest blog post. Okay, so just make sure you're using this space as well as you can. Okay, so let's move on to the types of things that you can share across your social media. Okay, so first up, you want to make sure that you spend some time brainstorming, planning, and creating your social media content. So lots of people get really stuck with this. You know, they think, oh, you know, what should I post? What should I write? You know, these are very common questions. And when it comes to your content strategy, you do need to put some thought behind this, guys, and you need to put a plan together, because it's, you know, think of it this way. If you get an hour in the studio with your students, say there's certain students every week that you get an hour to teach them every week, you know, using your social media accounts, you can actually extend that hour. You can share what you've been teaching in your in the studio classes. You can share that now online, and you actually get to extend that time that you spend with your students. So it's really valuable time, and because it's so valuable, it deserves some time in your week to actually sit down, some non-negotiable time to sit down and plan this stuff out. You know, so many teachers say, oh, I don't really know what to write. I don't know, I'm stuck and I don't know what to put out there. But are you actually, ask yourself, are you actually spending some time? Are you sitting down and maybe spending a morning thinking about the content that you're sharing, just as you do to plan out your classes each week? Are you doing this as well? Because this gives you the opportunity to be in that space with your students every week. The space that they're actually hanging out online gives you the opportunity to be there. So it's definitely worthwhile doing, and it's definitely worthwhile sitting down, setting aside some time each week to do this planning. You know, maybe on a Sunday or a Monday, so you can plan out your posts for the week ahead and create the content so that it's ready, because this is going to give you so much. It's going to save you time. You know, you're not going to have to get to Wednesday and think, oh gosh, what am I going to post about today? Because you've actually spent some valuable time planning this out beforehand. Okay, so hopefully that's gone in, because it is really, really important. Content is really important. The content you put out there is super important when it comes to growing your online community. And that's why we're all here today. We're here to learn about this. Okay, so let's have a little brainstorm then for the types of posts that you can share across Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so first up, nice and easy, yoga poses, because people love photos of yoga poses. But the key here is to keep it interesting and to have some value behind it. So it's not just an image, but there's actually a message there as well. You know, you can show your progress, or, you know, if your students don't mind you taking photos, you can share their progress and congratulate them on their progress. You could give tips for the postures that you're showing, list the benefits to show yourself as the expert. You know, share your expertise. Share what you know about yoga, anatomy, philosophy, the areas of yoga that you're interested in, because you've learnt a lot in your yoga teacher training. So you actually have lots to share. And, you know, you could share memories, old photos of when you first started yoga. You can share some of the behind the scenes stuff. You know, let people into your life and let them see what you're up to when you're not being a yoga teacher, because your followers will love that. They really will. You know, when you're out with at events or out with friends, make it, you know, you could do like a day in the life of a yoga teacher and make that a bit of a weekly thing, and share images throughout the day of what you're up to. Okay, so you could also create your own yoga quotes, share funny images. You know, if that links to your personal brand and who you are, then do that. Don't discount sharing other people's content. You know, there's other people's content out there to be shared, so don't discount. It's called curating. And, you know, other people's user-generated content is what it's called. It works particularly well on Facebook, when you can share links to things on Facebook quite easily. And also you could share, you know, you could run a competition or a photo contest. Works really well on Instagram. You could collaborate with some of the yoga teachers and all share a contest together. and this instantly puts you in front of new people. So it's a great thing to do, to collaborate with other brands and other yoga teachers. So have a think about who you could partner up with to get shout outs on their accounts as well. And of course, challenges, they're really popular on Instagram. So don't discount this stuff. Have a think about how you could do that. And then, you know, don't forget to share your offerings. Don't forget to share information about your classes and your workshops and retreats. As long as you're not doing this every single day and you're sharing other content, valuable content, then make sure you don't forget to share stuff about your offerings. And you could create some nice branded images here, and I'll share a tool with you in a moment for how you can do that. But that will help you to, it will help the posts to stand out on your feed, okay? There is so much you could do. The key thing is to have a plan and to actually dedicate a bit of time to this. And as for Instagram, as you'll all be aware, it's 100% visual platform. So you should make your imagery visually appealing. You should spend some time thinking about a theme, you know, the style of photography that you might like to share, and so on. So have a think about that. Get into Instagram, get some inspiration, looking at other people's accounts, and then sign up for Canva. So this is the tool I was talking about. It's canva.com. And, you know, sign up for Canva. There's a free account, which is what I use. I use this tool every single day. And, you know, it's great for inspiration. There's lots of templates in there that you can use. Get into Canva. I promise you it's going to change your life. You know, if you're stuck with things like how to create branded images, there's lots of templates in here to just help you out. And it has all the sizes and dimensions already in there for you. It's super easy to use, so please do this. Please use Canva. Okay, let's talk about video. Okay, so video, if you want to get more engagement with your community, which I'm sure you do, then you should be using video on Facebook and Instagram. You should be using their video features. So let me tell you why this is really important. So for quite a number of years now, obviously YouTube is the main place where we go for video. Well, Facebook, for quite a number of years, has been trying to dethrone YouTube in the video stakes, okay? Because they want their users, Facebook want their users to watch video in Facebook. They don't want you to be sending people outside of the platform to watch and consume video. So what they want you to do is they want their users to watch video in Facebook. And because of this, if you use video, if you upload video into the platform, or if you use live video in Instagram and Facebook, remember, Facebook own Instagram, so this applies to Instagram as well. Then if you use video, they're going to reward you. And the way that they reward you is they push your video out even further to your fans, okay? And the reason this is really important is because, you know, the organic reach on Facebook and Instagram for non-video content is becoming much harder. So it's much harder to get your images seen by your followers. And it's a well-known fact that organic reach on Facebook for your business page is around 2%. So imagine that, 2% of your Facebook fans on your business page, on your yoga business page, which you should all have. You should all have a separate yoga business page. The organic reach on that page is just 2%. Now you might think, oh, well, why would I bother having a Facebook page if it's only 2%? But there are other things that, other business features that you are able to take advantage of if you have a Facebook page, such as Facebook ads. You can't run Facebook ads without a Facebook page, so you should have it. But still, if you use video, you're going to get your video seen by more people. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So it's really, really important part of your content strategy is to be using video. And think about your own behavior when you're in Facebook and Instagram, when you're using it yourself personally. When somebody goes on video, you get a notification. Whereas when you just post an image, you don't get a notification. So what I mean by organic reach is organic reach is just your content being served to your audience without you having to pay for it. Okay, so that's organic reach, and you get more organic reach if you use video. Okay, so you don't have to pay for that extra boost that Facebook and Instagram will give you. Okay, so native video, this means essentially what this means is uploading your video into Facebook, uploading your video into Facebook. So instead of posting a link to YouTube, instead what you do is you post your video, you upload your video so that it's native within the Facebook platform. So this is what you want to be doing, because Facebook want you to keep their users in the platform. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So make sure you have a think about how you can get creative with your video. Okay, you know, recording some of your classes or your own practice, or sharing some of your expertise on camera. You know, you could just get onto camera, you could get onto Instagram Live and give 5 tips on how to start a meditation practice, or whatever it might be that you're passionate about sharing. Okay, so the best way to engage with your followers and potential followers is to talk to them. So it's actually really easy to go into Instagram and search for relevant hashtags and just start talking with new people that aren't necessarily following you, but those people who will be interested in yoga. So jump into some of their conversations, and you could go through, their accounts and just like some of their photos, leave a genuine comment and give them a follow. And this is a really great way to get your name out there. It allows people to discover you, and it might sound like a lot of hard work, but actually, you could just do this 5 minutes a day. If you're sitting on a bus traveling to the next studio that you're about to teach at, this is the ideal time to do it. Trust me, it will mount up. And if you engage with people, they're 400 times more likely to follow you. Imagine that, 400 times more likely. So always leave a reply and, on any comments that are left on your own posts to your followers as well. So don't forget about that. Okay, next up, scheduling. So scheduling should be part of your planning process. There are a few tools that you can use. I use Hootsuite. This is what you can see here right now. But Facebook actually has its own built-in scheduling tool as well. And it's just a really great way to get organized, to not have to think about what you're posting each day. If you just do it at the start of the week, you just get it all done. And then you don't have to think about it. The only thing you need to do is just your 5 minutes of engagement every day. It stops you from procrastinating in Instagram for most of your day, when you could be working on your yoga business instead and using that time more productively. So this is a great way to stop that procrastination during the week, is to spend that time scheduling everything in. Trust me, it really, really does help. Okay, I use this scheduling tool. I've used it for many years now. And please add this to your toolbox, because it really will save you lots and lots of time. Okay, so which of these content strategies are your favorites? So I'm just going to add a little poll into the chat. So have a little go on that. Have a little go on the little poll. And whilst you're doing that, if you are stuck for things to write on social, and you're just really, you just out of block with it, then I do have this this document, this booster, 30 days social media booster. If you go to Digital Yoga Academy, head to free resources, you can download the booster there, and that's going to help you. Okay, so we're going to move on now to websites. So I've had the opportunity over the last couple of years to look at lots of yoga websites, and so I can share with you today a strategy that I really believe will help you to turn your website visitors into your students. But first of all, I want to know, do you have a yoga website? Do you have a yoga website? So let me know in the poll. I'm going to just end that other poll now. So hopefully you've all had a go at that one. And I'm just going to add another one, which is, do you have a yoga website? So let me know in the poll if you have a yoga website. So over the years, like I said, I've had the opportunity to look at lots of yoga websites, and most of the yoga websites I see do this. Okay, so listen up. This is what they do. You land on the homepage, and then you're greeted with information about the teacher and their journey with yoga, and why yoga is important to them, and why and how they're qualified to teach yoga. So for those of you who have said you've got a yoga website, is that what you do? Let me know in the chat. Is that what your homepage does? Okay. Let me know in the chat. Is that what you do on your homepage? Do you talk about yourself, information about you, your journey, and why yoga is important for you, and how you're qualified on your homepage? Is that information on your homepage? Because this is all really great information, but it's not what should sit on your homepage. It should actually sit in your about page, not the homepage. Because the homepage wants to be about your ideal student. It doesn't want to be about you. It wants to be about your ideal student and their journey and what they're looking for. Okay? Let the penny drop. Because you want to draw them in by talking about them, not you. And so many teachers talk about themselves on their homepage, okay? And it's really, really easy to flick from website to website. So I want you to have a think about your own web searching behavior, okay? Your own search behavior. You have a few seconds to capture someone's imagination before they think, oh, this website isn't for me. I'm going to look at the next yoga teacher's website. Let's have a look at somebody else. This isn't for me. So you just have a few seconds. So therefore, you have to be really specific and capture their imagination and talk about them and their journey. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. So this is Shay Dyer, and she's a yoga teacher here in London. I actually did my yoga teacher training with Shay, and she is an artist as well. She's all about creativity. She has a membership site, a monthly membership site for her students, for her community. And she says, as soon as you land on her page, are you searching for yoga, creativity, connection? So there you go. You're going to ask yourself that question. Am I searching for yoga, creativity, and connection? And if I am, I'm going to stay around and I'm going to find out a little bit more about this. So, have a think about what you could have. Maybe it's a statement, maybe it's a short paragraph. It doesn't necessarily have to be a question, but it works quite well. And then Shona Virtue, she's a yoga and a fitness instructor. And if you follow Shona on Instagram, I follow Shona on Instagram, and she shares a lot about yoga, but she shares a lot about fitness as well. So she's asking a question as well. Are you ready to uplift your mind, body, and butt? Hell yes. So that's speaking to her ideal students. It won't speak to everybody, and that's okay, because you can't be everything to everyone. You have to be the teacher for your ideal students. They're the people that you want to attract. And then Curvy Yoga. She says, looking for a yoga practice that helps you feel good both in and about your body? Meet Curvy Yoga. So again, asking a question works really well. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a question. But what you want to be doing is you want to be describing their problem, and you want to show that you understand their journey. You want to show that you understand their journey, okay? So please write that down. And if you're really, really stuck with this, then head again to my free resources. I have a free yoga website copy blueprint that takes you through all the pages and the copy that you need for your site. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, which is about setting yourself up for long-term success. And to do this, you need to start building your email list. Now, I know we've talked about social media a lot here, and I know we've talked about it because I know yoga teachers tend to love social media, and they want to focus on social media, and they don't want to do this really boring thing, which is about building your email list. But this is where you set yourself up for long-term success. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about now. And this is really about creating and nurturing a relationship with your potential students, creating and nurturing a relationship with your potential students. This is what email marketing is all about, okay? And you should see email marketing as a marketing tool that helps you to create this relationship. And it's actually a very valuable asset in your yoga business, okay? So it's important to think of your email list, as a collection of people rather than a collection of email addresses, or even worse, a way to make money. Okay, so you shouldn't constantly spam your list with multiple sales emails that just promote your classes or retreats. Instead, you should focus on offering value and building relationships with your subscribers, building relationships with your subscribers. Now, don't get me wrong, an email list will make you money, but you need to focus on the relationship first, because email is a really effective way to start to build relationships with your students, and adding value to those relationships is also a really great way to show your personality and to tell your stories and to offer VIP value to your subscribers. Okay, so email really moves this conversation with your about your services and the value that you can offer your students. It moves that conversation to a more personal environment, which is their inbox. So let's take a look at why this is really, really important. Okay, let's take a look at some reasons why this is important. So first up, you can keep your students in the loop. So if your teaching schedule changes, or you have new classes or workshops, you can keep them in a loop. You can head straight into their inbox and let them know what's going down. And now email subscribers buy. So research shows that people on your email list that you've nurtured over time with all this lovely, valuable content that you're sharing with them, research shows that they're more likely to become your customers than anyone else that's connected to you by any other channel, such as social media, okay? So as you build this relationship with them, your subscribers are going to trust you more, and they're going to trust your advice. And if you do email marketing well, by focusing on your content and focusing on getting people to open your emails, then when you do have something to offer, your subscribers are going to be more likely to buy. So let me give you an example here. The majority of people who book my yoga retreats book as a result of receiving my email. I've had many yoga retreats that have sold out just from sending one email. And then they've sold out before I've even announced it on social media. So imagine that. Imagine being able to not have to stress out about how you're going to sell out your retreat, or worry about breaking even, or worry about making enough money, because you've actually put the time and effort into getting your followers, your social media followers, onto your email list, so you can have a more direct and valuable relationship with them. Because this is where the value happens. This is where that relationship happens, not on social media. It happens through your emails, okay? People check their email every single day. So showing up in their inbox is going to keep you at the front of your subscribers' mind. And in this kind of ever-evolving space that we're in, this can be the difference between someone booking your yoga class or the class of another teacher. Okay, you can't rely solely on social media. We've already talked about the organic reach is getting less and less. You can't rely on social media to keep your students updated. Okay. And, plus people get to know you on social media, but they're not going to buy there. Email makes it easy for your students. It means you're not relying on them to have to seek you out, because there's a lot of competition out there. You're getting right into their inbox, and, your students want to hear from you. If they've given you their email address, they want to hear from you. So you need to step up, otherwise you're going to miss out, and so are they. You own your email list. Social media is rented ground, it's rented property. The goalposts and the algorithms are constantly changing, whereas your email list, you own it, okay? It's all yours. And you can learn more about your people. You can send them surveys. You can ask them to reply back to your emails to get information from them and learn more about them. You can show them exactly who you are. You can be more personal. You can tell stories. You know, you can really send heartfelt emails that can be deeply personal. And your people aren't going to forget about you. If you're showing up week in, week out, you know, they're not going to forget about you, because if you're going to go to all this effort of marketing your yoga business, okay, and then you hope that your website visitors, people who've been onto your website, you hope that they'll remember to visit your website again when they're ready to book a yoga retreat. Well, it doesn't really work like that. People don't remember, you know, but if you're showing up week in, week out in their inbox, when they are ready, guess who they're going to think about? They're going to think about you, okay? So there is an essential list building technique. There's an essential list building technique to get someone to give you their email address, and that's to offer them something of value, okay? It's to offer them something of value, and that thing is called a freebie. It's called an opt-in freebie, and it's something that you've created that you can give to people in exchange for their email list, okay? So you do this on your website through the form. So instead of saying sign up for my newsletter, you say sign up for my free 20-minute yoga practice that's going to help you feel revived in the morning, or whatever it might be that you want to offer to your students. So let's take a look at some examples. So Kia Miller, she offers a free ebook of yogic practices when you subscribe to her email list. And Ali from the Journey Junkie, she offers you a library of yoga sequences, weekly yoga classes, and so much more. So that's really attractive offering. Henry Winslow, he offers you a 4-day video sequence to help you with your hips. And, you know, there's lots of things you can do. There's checklists. Ebooks, you could create an ebook in Canva. You could do a step-by-step posture guide. You can share videos. You could share an audio meditation, some resources. The list goes on. There really is so much that you could create, but you need to think about your ideal student and what they actually want from you and create something that they would really want that's attractive to them, okay? So make sure you have a think about that. So you're going to move away. If you've got a website and you're already asking people for to sign up to your newsletter, I want you to make a commitment to move away from that and instead offer something of value that you can promote on your social media. You can share and say, hey guys, I've got this amazing thing that's going to help you with X, Y, and Z, because this is going to help you to get more people on your email list, okay? So the last part is really about stopping trading time for money by taking your teaching online. So this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. And perhaps, you know, this might be something that you've not really considered before, but maybe you're going to consider this today. So let's just take a look at what a yoga teacher in London is earning from teaching 20 classes a week at a £30 a class rate, okay? So that comes in at around £600 a week and £2,400 a month, and less than £30,000 before tax a year. Okay, less than £30,000 a year before tax. So I'm going to ask you now in the poll. There's a poll that's coming up right now. Where are we? How do you feel? Here we go. How do you feel about the potential earnings teaching 20 classes, studio classes a week? How do you feel about this? Let me know in the poll how you feel about this. So whilst you're doing that, I'm going to show you this magic formula. So this is a magic formula. So this magic formula for teaching yoga online is based on your revenue goals. So how much money you want to make teaching yoga online is dependent on how many people you have on your email list, which is why we've been talking about your email list and why it's so important to boost your email list and to grow it. And of course, you need valuable content. You need to be putting content out there to get people onto your email list. And then a certain number of people on your email list will convert. So that's your conversion rate. And of course, this is based on the price of your course as well. Okay. So now let's have a look at how this relates to teaching online. So say you have 500 people on your email list, okay? And say you've got a $300 program and 2% of the people on your email list will convert. So 2% of those people, the 500 people, will pay $300 for your online program, okay? This is going to bring you in $2,000 of extra revenue. Now let's say you've got 1,000 people on your email list. You have a $300 program, a 2% conversion rate. That's $6,000 in revenue. And let's say you've worked a little bit harder, and it's totally doable because actually teaching yoga online is a sustainable strategy. It's a long-term strategy. It's not something that we're going to do overnight and make this money overnight. This is about having a long-term strategy so that you can stop trading your time for money. Okay, so this is about, you know, opening up other opportunities. It's something that you can chip away at, something you can start working on today, something you can start working on now, and building your email list so that you can achieve this and bring this extra income into your business. So that would bring you in, if you had 5,000 nurtured email subscribers, that would bring you in $300,000 even in revenue. Now, I mentioned Ali from the Journey Junkie a little while ago. Some of you might know Ali. Does anyone know Ali and her yoga business? And she has been teaching yoga online for the last 4 years. She has online courses for her students, and she generated $70,000 in income from one of her course launches, just from one of her course launches. I actually interviewed Ali, and you can find that interview on my website, on the Digital Yoga Academy website. And she's gone on to launch multiple courses since then. Yeah, she's now traveling around the Bahamas on a boat with her husband. That's what she's doing right now. If you go and check her out on Instagram, that's what she's doing right now. There are people all around the world that will resonate with you as a yoga teacher, just as there are people that come to your classes week in, week out. Remember, we talked about this, your tribe, your people that connect with you. There are people like that all around the world. There are billions of people in the world who are yet to discover yoga, who don't have a yoga studio near them. They want to learn online, but they're interested in yoga and they want to learn online. And there's value in you putting you out there, you putting your message out there and sharing your unique message and organizing and putting together a course that shares your unique message and helps your students to achieve an outcome, to get a transformation. So there really is, you know, there are yoga teachers out there that are doing this. There's no reason why you can't do it, you know, with the right knowledge and skills under your belt. So let's go back to this magic formula. Okay, so let's say our goal is $5,000 and 2% of our subscribers are going to convert on a course that's just under $300. This is going to mean that we need to achieve 17 course sales. So that's 17 people buying our course. And we need to have 842 email addresses, 842 email addresses in our email list. So guys, if you are in Facebook right now, or you're in another browser, I want you to come back and just look at these numbers. Just look at these numbers. It is totally achievable to get 842 people on our email list and to nurture them, and you know, to achieve this income, this extra income in your business. So I'm going to just add another poll in here, because I would love to know how you feel about this. I would love to know how you feel about this. How do you feel about the potential earnings to teach yoga online? How do you feel about it? Now, you might be thinking, I don't really know where to start. And that's totally okay. That's okay to think that. But the place you start is you start with the foundations, and we've covered some of these foundations already today. You know, they are content, sharing valuable content consistently. They are having a website to send people to your website to consume your content. It's having email marketing, it's having an email list, and it's being visible on social media. Yeah, it's being visible. And, you know, it's about learning the 6 steps to launching an online program, the 6 steps, because there are steps. There is a process to this. It isn't about, you know, just creating a course and putting it out there. That's actually the biggest mistake you could make, is to just create something and not have spent the time building up your email list so that you've actually got somebody, or you've got people to launch your course to. Okay, so it's really important. There are steps, so let's have a look at them. The first step is to set up your foundations, which is what we've just talked about. Those foundations, those 4 pillars. And then you need to validate your offer. So you need to make sure, there's a whole load of steps here in validating your offer that is about, you know, research with your ideal students, and making sure that what your idea is for your course, what you want to create, is something that your students actually really want. And then it's planning and creating your course. So again, in this step, in this part of the process, there are a number of key elements that you need to go through. There's a framework that you need to go through to plan and create your course. And then your pre-launch, again, there's a number of different steps. There's a process here for pre-launching your course, to get it out there, to prime your audience and excite them for what you have to offer by having a freebie that you put out there, and get people to sign up to your freebie so that you can then go on and launch your course to those people that have signed up. Again, there's a process. You know, as part of a 2-week launch period, there are a number of key activities that you need to do and that you need to learn about. And then there's your post-launch, which is all about gathering feedback. It's about optimizing your course content so that the next time you launch, that you can do it even better. Because when you create a course, what you're actually creating is an asset. You're actually creating a business asset that you can sell again and again and again. And all you do each time is you optimize it. You make it better. You make this process that you see here, these 6 steps, you look back on it and you think, oh, okay, how can I make my validation step even better? How can I make my pre-launch step even better? How can I make my launch step even better? How can I, make the content that I've created in my course, how can I make it even better? So that's what that's all about. So let's take a look at some examples of yoga teachers who have online offerings. So I'm sure everybody here knows Yoga with Adrienne, and she has a membership site. She has a membership site called Find What Feels Good. And if you go onto her website, you don't get a link to this. The way you get into this membership site, or to sign up for it, is to consume her content, sign up for her freebie, get onto her email list. And then when you're on her email list, you'll receive a number of different emails. It's called an email sequence. And then she'll tell you about this and offer you a free trial. Okay. And that's how you get to learn about this. So again, it's a process. It's not just about you know, plastering it out there for everyone to see and hoping that people are going to sign up. Doesn't work like that. Okay. And then you've got Ali from the Journey Junkie. She does exactly the same. You only learn about Ali's online courses when you're on her email list and you've been nurtured and she's built the relationship with you until you're ready to enroll on one of her courses. It's exactly the same process. Gloria Latham does exactly the same. She actually has her online courses on Evergreen. So it's actually automated. So if you follow Gloria, or if you've maybe you've come across one of her ads on Instagram, if you've been on her website, you'll be served ads, which are called retargeting ads. And they invite you, she invites you to join her for a live webinar. And when you come to the live webinar, you're now on her email list. And then she'll tell you about her online course, which is called Break Through the Blocks. And that is being done automatically. So she's just bringing revenue into her business on Automate. And it's totally doable. It's totally doable when you know what the process to all of this is. But these yoga teachers, they have a few things in common. So they have an online home, which is their website. They offer lots of free, valuable content. They build their email list and they create and nurture their subscribers. And they're present online, they're visible, and they build trust. So they become an expert. They build over time through this nurturing period, they become an expert and they build trust with their audience. And this is something you can do. So why have you showed up today? So you want this confidence and knowledge. We've talked about this to drive your business forward. We want to stop the overwhelm. We want to build a community and generate more income. We want to discover how we can make money outside of the studio. And that's essentially teaching yoga online. So how would your life be better? How would your life be better if you were able to build a profitable yoga business that gave you more freedom to do the things that you love? So have a little go in this poll. Is it that you could teach less studio classes? Is it that you'd feel less exhausted and burnt out? Or maybe it's about spending more time with your family and friends, or perhaps having more money in the bank. Could be as simple as that. There's no harm in that. There's no shame in having, wanting more money in your business. And, or is it that you'd be able to reach more students with your message? Because we've talked about this. Imagine that, being able to reach people around the world, not just in the country that you live in or the city you live in, but actually being able to build an online community, just as I have here with Digital Yoga Academy. I've got students who are located all around the world, in the Bahamas, New Zealand, Singapore. It amazes me every day where my students are located. And you can do that too. There's no reason why you can't do that too. And, don't forget that I started out just like you, okay? I know I came to this with business and marketing skills, but these are business and marketing knowledge that I'm sharing with you. And you don't have to work in marketing for over 15 years, because I'm sharing everything I know with you, because I'm really passionate about helping yoga teachers like you to share your message so that more people around the world can benefit from yoga, okay? And if we can all build thriving yoga businesses, then more people around the world will hear about yoga, which is a great thing. So let's do this together. And let's do this together. But remember, I started like you, building a community from scratch, early days when no one turned up, and working on who my ideal students are and working out where to focus my efforts. Okay, so we can all do this together, and I'm here to help do just that. So I want to introduce to you the Teach Yoga Online workshop series, and I've created these 3 workshops to offer you the key strategies and learning that will help you to take your teaching online. Okay, these workshops will take your learning to the next step. Okay, so they go beyond what you've learned here today. And you'll start with access to the first workshop, which is content creation. And this is content that you create for social media and for your websites, everywhere that you're visible online. Okay, it's really about creating one piece of content every single week and sharing it in different ways. So I make it really easy for you to do that, so that you can learn how to do this consistently, because it is really important. And we did talk about this earlier, how important it is. And then workshop 2, you get access to in the following month, in month 2. And it's about building your email list. And again, you should know now how super, super important this part is in growing your business, to have that email list there for you, and to learn strategies to boost your list. So there's lots of different things that you can do, and you'll learn all about those strategies in that particular workshop. And then in workshop 3, we delve deeper into how you go about teaching or taking your teaching online. So you'll learn more about the process that I've outlined today. And this workshop, this final workshop, which you'll get access to in month 3, is really an introduction to this process, okay? So you can increase your understanding of what needs to be done, because it is a big thing. It is a big thing taking your teaching online. And so this is an introduction to how you go about doing that. So you won't get, or you won't feel overwhelmed by the content, because I am giving you access to it on a monthly basis, so that you have the opportunity to schedule your time in to work through the content and to work through the videos and the workbooks. And then at the end, in month 3, you'll also gain access to this masterclass, which is about creating your online yoga course. Okay, it's about the actual creation of the content. So this is a bonus that you get as part of the workshop series, is this particular masterclass. Okay, so you get 3 workshops that teach you the most effective strategies to focus on to profitably teach yoga online, plus you get the Create Your Yoga course masterclass as a bonus. And this is how it looks in Teachable, which is where I host all of my online courses. So it's where you'll watch the videos. It's where you'll download the workbooks, and you can also chat with the other teachers who have enrolled on the course as well. So this is where it's all hosted. And then here we go. Let's just break down the content creation workshop a little bit more. So you'll learn why you need to create content. You'll set goals, and you'll define your ideal yoga students so that you're creating content for the right people, or creating the right content for the right people. You'll audit your existing content. I'll show you how to do that. You'll learn about content formats, and you'll brainstorm and develop a content mind map so that you can really start planning the content that you'll distribute over the coming months. And then you'll create your content plan. So you'll have it all there. It'll be super clear as to what you need to do to create content on a weekly basis, consistently, and sharing it in multiple ways. So it's all about making it easy, because I know what it's like to be a yoga teacher, and I know how our weeks get so busy and this stuff can just fall behind. So this is all about making it easy for you. In Email List Booster Workshop 2, you'll create your list building action plan. You'll learn advanced list building strategies for maximum list growth, and you'll optimize your website for conversions. And this is to make sure that those people that land on your website become email subscribers. You'll create a free email course or a challenge to really maximize your list growth. And then you'll design your first 5 emails for your new subscribers to your list. Again, it's really important to retain and to nurture your new subscribers. In the final workshop, you will learn the foundations for your online yoga business. You'll define your financial goals and learn how to validate your offer. You'll plan and create your launch content, super exciting stuff. And you'll discover how you prime your audience so that they're ready to buy and eager to buy when you launch. You'll learn how to promote your launch, and you'll gather feedback for your relaunch. So we're going to go into all of that, dive straight into all of that on a deeper level, which is really exciting. You're going to learn a lot in that workshop. Okay, so here it is, 3 different workshops. And what you're going to get overall, okay? So overall, you get 3 online workshops that share the latest and most effective strategies to teach yoga online. And you get 18 training video tutorials. You get workbooks to download and complete with every single video tutorial. There's a new workbook. And you also get your Create Your Online Yoga Course masterclass as the bonus. And you get lifetime access to all the content. So even though it's been drip fed out over 3-month period, you can access it at any time. Okay. But generally, overall, or essentially, you will create confidence and clarity on how to create content that educates, inspires, and build trust. So you'll finally have that confidence that you're after. You'll grow an email list of ideal students who actually really care about what you offer and they want to purchase your online programs. And you'll have a roadmap to take your teaching online so that you can build a yoga business that increases your income, freedom, and success. Okay. And if you purchase this today on the webinar, you'll also get this launch plan, this action launch plan, which is over 90 days. It's essentially a spreadsheet that outlines everything that you need to do with all the activities and the strategies and the timelines over 90 days to really help to keep you on track. So if you want to do this, this is the bonus that you definitely need. Okay, so I want to ask you now, I want to ask you, who's feeling excited about this? Who feels excited about this? Let me know in the chat if you're feeling excited about taking your teaching online. And let's have a look at the value then. So the value, the total value of what I'm offering you, the 3 online workshops are valued at $197 each. The online masterclass is valued at $197. The action plan is valued at $97. So the total value is actually $885, total value of what you're receiving today. Okay. And then your investment, if you enroll today and get hold of that bonus as well, is $397 for a full payment. So a full payment of $397. There's also a payment plan that you can take advantage of to spread the payments out over the next 3 months. Okay, so remember that this is highly valuable content. Okay, it's highly valuable content, knowledge and skills that you do not learn in a yoga teacher training, and you've already spent thousands and thousands of pounds or dollars on your yoga teacher training. Okay, you've already spent thousands and thousands of dollars on your yoga teacher training. So this is about making that investment more worthwhile, because if you don't know how to get yourself out there, then how can you make a living teaching yoga? So I'm actually going to pop my face in the chat now. Actually, where are we? Here we go. Hello. Okay, so if you don't have the essential skills, to the essential business and marketing skills to grow a profitable and sustainable yoga business, then how can you get yourself out there if you don't have those skills? So you need to make sure that the investment that you've already made into your yoga teacher training is a really good investment by continuing to learn. It's about continuing to learn. Okay, so if you want to enroll today, I'm just going to add the link to enroll. Here we go. So we've got 15 minutes now. We're going to go into a Q&A if anybody's got any questions about today as well. So you should be able to see now in the chat how to enroll onto the program, and it will take you to this page that you see here, Teach Yoga Online Workshop Series, and I just highlighted how you go about enrolling on that. And also then you can choose the option as well. You can choose the option to pay. And I also offer a money back guarantee here, guys. So you need to do the work that I've outlined. So you need to watch the videos, you need to do the workbooks, you need to show that you haven't had the results. But if you're not happy with this course and it's not giving you the results that you want, then 100% 30-day money back guarantee for you. Okay, this is put together, this course has been put together with my love, with my knowledge and expertise, because I really want yoga teachers to succeed and to have success in their business and not to struggle. So this is what it's about. You get lifetime access. You'll always have access to the course. And actually, as I update the content over the next year or so, as I will update it to make sure it's always offering the latest strategies and it's up to date with what's going out there in the digital space. When I do updates, you'll be notified, so you'll be able to access those updates as well. So if you subscribe today, then you'll be able to access the bonus. And yeah, so I've already had students go through this workshop with me, and if they've taken their teaching online, if you go onto the actual page that you can link through to, you'll be able to read some of their testimonials of what they've said about the course. So go on and have a look at those. And yeah, so I really, as I said, I'm really offering so much value here. And remember, you've got the payment plan. If you do need to spread it out as well, you can do that. Jana said, I would like to enroll, but I'm just at the beginning of teaching and do not even have a website yet. Is it too early for me then? I don't think so, because actually, the strategies that I teach you, especially in the content creation workshop, which is workshop 1, and the email list building workshop, if you are doing these things right from the from the get-go, then you are going to put yourself in a much better position than waiting a year down the line and realize that, what you've been putting out, or you're struggling to build your community for an entire year. If you know this stuff from the beginning, then you're going to be in the best position you can be in. And yes, you might not be ready in the beginning to teach yoga online, but you will have access to the content, so you can always come back to workshop 3 and start working on that when you're ready. But yeah, I mean, these strategies are relevant for apart from workshop 3, which is specifically about teaching yoga online, but workshop 1 and workshop 2 is about yoga marketing. Really, it's about getting yourself out there. It's about being visible. It's about creating connections with your community, which is all things that we want from the beginning. So I would say it's not too early, for sure. So Sam says, have I got any tips for camera shyness or boosting confidence rather? I mean, my main tip to you is to practice. It's just to practice. And, the more you do this, the more you get in front of the camera, the easier it's going to be for you. Okay. So, just going to close down the presentation so you can see me properly. There we go. Hey everybody. So yeah, practice. You can also, just as you plan out your yoga class, plan out what you're going to say on camera. Maybe you might be so for instance, you might have written a blog post that's like 5 tips for starting a meditation practice. And now you want to, from that blog post, you want to create a video of yourself talking through these 5 tips. So I really suggest that you spend a little bit of time going through your content and practicing it, planning out exactly what you're going to say, and just check in for things like your body language, how you're appearing on camera, making sure that you're at eye level and you've got your camera and everything set up correctly. It just takes some practice, like when I first started doing this, I wasn't as confident as what I am now, but it really does. With practice, you can build your confidence. Ask some friends for feedback, and just start getting yourself out there. A really good place to start is on Instagram. Okay, so Instagram stories, start getting on Instagram stories. They're just little snippets, but it will start to help you to build your confidence up. So I hope that helps. But yeah, practice. So as I said earlier, I said at the start, teaching yoga online is a long-term strategy for you as a yoga teacher. Okay, it's not something that you're going to create your course and you're going to put it out there straight away, and you're going to have lots of people enroll straight away. You actually have to spend some time building up your community first, building and growing your email list. And the way you do that is you put amazing content out there for them to consume, for people to consume. And it's content that's really related to your ideal students. It's stuff that they really want, that's going to be helpful and useful to them. And it helps you, content helps you to build that like, know and trust factor. Okay, so it really helps people to create a connection with you online. Okay, which is you know, it's really, really important, because you are online. You have to use ways and use strategies to build that connection. And then, you know, once you've done that, you can start to spend a little bit of time validating some of your ideas that you might have for an online course, validating that with your new community that you've just built up. And from there, you would head into that whole process of creating your course content and putting it out there. But there really is a process to follow. And like I said, you know, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is just to think, oh, I'm going to create a course and put it out there and everybody's going to buy it, because it doesn't work like that. This is a long-term strategy, and it's something that you have to feel quite passionate about. You have to feel passionate about knowing that you have knowledge that's transformational, because you do, as a yoga teacher, you do have knowledge that you share knowledge in your class, and you're taking that knowledge that you already share in your yoga classes, you're taking it and you're packaging it up and you're putting it into an online course that you can then provide to people online. Okay, so it's really, really exciting way and unique way to take your yoga business. And, you know, some of the more well-known teachers are definitely doing this. I shared some examples with you today. There is no reason why you can't do this if you have the right strategies and knowledge and skills under your belt. So I'm really dedicated and committed to sharing this with you and to help you to do this, because I hear, you know, so much from my own community and the teachers and my friends here in London, how they're struggling. You know, they struggle with teaching, like if they're teaching full time, some of them are teaching 15, 20 classes a week, sometimes even more. You know, they're having to get cover classes every week to boost their income. They're spending lots of time on the underground and on buses, and it's just not sustainable. So teaching yoga online is about sustainable. It's about building an asset in your business that you can sell again and again. Once you've built that asset, you only have to build it once, and then you just grow your list, you grow your community, and you use this framework to get it out there. So I really hope that this content I've shared with you today has been helpful. I really hope it's been helpful, and I'm excited. I'm excited about this space. I'm excited about what we as yoga teachers can do and what we can share with the world. It really is an exciting time to be in yoga and to be a yoga teacher. And, you know, there are lots of yoga teachers out there, but there are also millions of people in the world who are yet to discover yoga. And some of those people are your people. You know, we all have our own people, and some of those people are your people. And I want to help you to find those people and to share your message with them. Okay, so I'll just head back into the chat. Sam says, thank you for everything, so helpful. You're very welcome, Sam. And Rach says, when we sign up, we'll be emailed the bonus separately. Yes, anybody who signs up to stay on the webinar, you will get access to that bonus. So thank you, guys. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Do keep in touch. I have a Facebook group on Facebook, a community. There's over 8,000 teachers in that group right now. And if you haven't joined us, come and say hello. It's a great place to come in and practice your camera skills and just do a little video and introduce yourself. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to connect with you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye. Take care now.